So I felt like making a video where I'm going to discuss the features from what we heard during QuakeCon. This time I'm going to try to make it more in depth and really show you guys how I feel about these stuff, because I know there are some things that seem weird for a modern Doom game, like having weapons that aren't reloadable or med packs that are completely gone, but you can still heal yourself by picking up from the demons you slay, a la Painkiller or many hack and slash games. So yeah, I'm going to talk about that, but the thing that I want to get rid off my chest is the whole idea that we're not going to see any public announcement of next gen Doom or Doom 2005 or whatever it is. I'm not going to call this game Doom 4 since it's not really Doom 4 anymore, so I'm going to be calling it as next gen Doom or something like that, because it's just really more reasonable at the end of the day. So back on topic, I really didn't get the whole idea of making QuakeCon an exclusive event for people to see actual gameplay or hear information about it. It really doesn't make any sense. Like, Pete Hines wanted to prove their fans by not being so skeptical about Doom and its future by doing this decision, but then again, what about people over the internet? And I'm sure a good amount of them don't have access to QuakeCon since traveling prices is expensive if you live outside of the States, and seriously, people are just busy, so why would you think this is something that's going to prove fans that Doom is in good hands? I hope Doom will not pull off what Aliens Colonial Marines or Watch Dogs were doing when they made the demo to look all nice and shiny, but once you picked up the game and you played it, you were in a treat of disappointments. Because I'm kind of getting this vibe since it just feels really off. But overall, this was a dumb idea where id or Bethesda made a sneaky teaser trailer at E3 to hype people up for Doom info, and then we technically didn't really get that unless you live in Dallas, Texas, and you have access to QuakeCon. So I'm going to talk about the whole situation with having no med packs, but you get health packs by killing enemies. I actually like this idea, and in my opinion, this is probably one of the best things I can say about the new Doom and its new features. I believe this is going to make the game more faster, since you're not really going to have to go back to that one room for health pack or whatever. It's just constant action, and I feel like it will promote movement a lot more, since I assume you have to get close to the bodies to get them. I think there is some really interesting combat that can happen due to this type of mechanic that is present in the game, and in my opinion, it can actually change the feel quite drastically, since I think it's going to make players try to approach the game differently than what Doom 1 to 3 did. Now onto the no reloadable weapons. Okay, this one was really weird, and it's not every day you see a AAA title that follows this idea, but I think its software really wants this Doom to be very fast, and I think there's possibility that this game could even be more faster paced than Doom 1 and 2 if they can get everything right together. I'm actually not too bummed out about it. I remember some people thinking it was a wrong move, but I think it's something that people shouldn't really discuss about it. I'm not going to lie. I will miss the reload animations because I actually enjoyed Doom 3's reload animation, and that's kind of the charm of having reloadable weapons. It's just cool to look at them. Like, I love the reload animation of the AK-47 in Call of Duty 4 and many other games too. Doom 3 also had some interesting animation, especially the machine gun or plasma gun. The plasma gun is probably the most attractive one, since it just looks so cool, and I never get tired of looking at it. But that's my thoughts on the whole no reloadable weapon situation. Now, this one is quite a turnoff in a way, but I think it's also something I'm looking forward to. Doom will have double jumping, but I also heard the game will have jetpacks too. So in single player, I think this can be interesting, and maybe we will finally see a lot more verticality based type of situation in Doom, and I think it'll be cool if the game developers create a situation where they want you to kind of use these features just to really change the way how the game feels. And I think this is a good thing to keep the single player experience fresh for the franchise. But the jetpacks and multiplayer, I'm not quite sure, because I never really enjoyed fighting jetpackers in any sort of multiplayer game, and I just think it's annoying, and it's a bit cheap in a way where it gives you height advantage, and in shooters height advantage makes you a harder target than on ground. So I don't know how it is going to do this in multiplayer, but man, I do hope the beta is coming out soon because I need to experience this. The double jumping's cool though, and I think it's nothing I'm too concerned, and I feel like it's going to be a halo jump where it just makes the target harder to hit, but I really don't know how the jumping is going to work in this game, but we will see. Now this one is a rumor, but I think it's good to talk about it. So I've been hearing news that the game will come out in 2015, and I don't know if I could feel like this is a realistic approach. It's true, Doom will have more publicity next year, but is it really right for both Bethesda and id just to really hype up the game in 1 year, like having actual footage, beta details / public beta, E3, QuakeCon, and then a release date? I just feel like they're showing way too much, and Bethesda has been trying to make their developers not be too pretentious with their games, so I feel like it's most likely that the game will come out in 2016. I personally think it's cool to release the game in 1 year later because I really do want to play the game as a fan, and I hope the beta will come out in Q1 2015 at least, since I just feel like you shouldn't leave people hanging on a beta. I mean, look at Master Chief Collection. It's coming out in November, and the Halo 5 beta is starting on the near end of December, and I just feel like that's such a right move for 343i to set up a beta. To end this video, let's talk about the Brutal Doom influences. So people had been very mixed with Next Gen Doom being heavily inspired by Brutal Doom, and id Software even promoted the new version of the mod on their Twitter, and I've been reading on the Doom World forums, and I can totally see a lot of the hardcore vanilla Doom fans are just disgusted by that. Now, I don't like Brutal Doom, but as time progressed, I feel like it's actually smart for id to appeal to the people who enjoy this mod. Let's face it, guys, Brutal Doom is really an advertisement for the Doom franchise, and it's one of the most popular mods for like the last few years, and I believe it got like 1.5 million downloads or something like that, and that's really something that you should be aware of. And I also believe it won Mod of the Year by Mod DB. With all these, let me say it again, with all these stats that Brutal Doom has, it's smart for id to try to appeal to them to, make this game sell a lot of copies. The funny part is the creator of the mod actually hates the fact that the new Doom is so heavily inspired by his mod, and I'm not sure what's going to happen between Sergeant Mark IV and id Software, but I don't know why he would get so upset, since id is basically promoting his work on Twitter, and their game is inspired by his work at the same time. That is pretty much it for the video. So if you got some other news that I wasn't too aware of or probably didn't hear about, ask me about it, and I'll probably try to give my thoughts on it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a nice day.